Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're jumping down into the world of Vechain. We're going to be taking a look at the price action of the VET token, what's been going on most recently, what we think is likely to happen next and all that wonderful stuff. We have seen a little bit of a slip to the downside today of approximately 4 or so percent, and yeah, we want to kind of reflect on what that might mean for the price action going forward. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button, really do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will not miss another video update that we have here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description below. Fantastic community, talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Let's jump right down into this thing, and we're going to take a look at three kind of charts here. We're going to be taking a look at smart money concepts. That's the one that you see right here in front of you. We'll take a look at the Elliott wave theory structures, and then we'll take a look as well at some of these key levels of support and resistance on the daily timeframes. So let's start things off with the Elliott wave theory side of things, and kind of following on from the previous videos here, we can see that we're in this situation where we have a set of lower lows and lower highs, and these have a tendency to break upwards. We can also see that our structure and our expectations are to still move up into this range here. Can take a little bit of time to play out, but we're progressing on this one quite nicely by the looks of it. We are still targeting out 2.768 to 2.947 cent approximately. Again, minimum expectations will be a double top, which would put us right up here at 2.531. Okay, that'd be our minimum expectation. And we can see that we are progressing down, as I said, about 4 or so percent in the last few hours here. We can jump into that. We can just kind of see what the price action is right here. You can see it's about 4.35% approximately, finding a good area of support right here. Oversold on the hourly chart, that's what we're on right now. The 4-hour still has some progression down, so don't think we're going to move straight to the upside here. I expect kind of at least a 3-wave structural point to the downside. It's the same with the 8-hour. We are quite high. We're going to be looking to see a little bit of downside price pressure. Same with the 12, 16, 20, and daily timeframes. They're not looking the best, so we'll keep a close eye on that. But I would expect this to kind of be something to this effect, bringing us down a little bit deeper. It's also possible that we are looking to test the lower side of our channel here, because we only have 2 touch points at the top and 2 touch points at the bottom at the moment. Normally you want 3, so we could be testing all the way down here towards 2 cent before we get that move to the upside. Like I say, this thing can sometimes catch a lot of people out, so just be a little bit cautious. My personal thoughts here are that we have some kind of small relief, and then we continue this move coming down a little bit deeper. So we'll see how that goes over the next few days. But ultimately here, it does look like we have to have this kind of move upwards, in my opinion. But we'll see how that kind of plays out over the next little while. So Elliott wave theory, kind of looking like we have that kind of macro move upwards. Now, if we dive down into kind of the smaller time frame here, we want to be kind of taking stock of the situation with what is going on. And we have a pretty interesting drop, right? We can kind of see here we moved down, we bounced up, and then we just fell down here. And it looks like we're getting some kind of overextension to the downside by the looks of it. This does look like, to me, we're in a 5-wave drop. Let's check it on the 15 minutes. You can kind of see it a little bit clearer here on the 15-minute chart, where we kind of see something to this effect kind of going on. And it looks like we probably still have to come down a little bit deeper here. I don't think it's necessarily done just yet. It could be an overextension in that 5th. I'm not going to mark it up on the hourly until we get a completed move on that. But essentially, I would have thought, if we are to think of this move as that area, we'll be looking at it going down just a fraction more. If that is a 4th wave movement, then we'll be looking to kind of come down around that kind of 22.75 through to around the 22.82 range. Okay, but not a guarantee. We'll see how it kind of plays out. When we do finish, we'll be looking for a retracement to the upside. I would estimate that that's probably going to have to be, we do that the other way around actually. Let me draw that fib as a retracement in this direction. So we go into the upside. Our expectation should be approximately this range here. So 2.337 to about 2.377. That's going to be approximately the area that you kind of think about if you were to think of that as a kind of a retracement before going down deeper. The concern here is that with that 5-wave structure, as you do something like this, 1, 2, and we come down significantly deeper. Let me just zoom out of this. We come down here. We do quite a bigger move, and we test those lows again, right? And we end up with that kind of 5-wave structure right inside there. Again, looking at that, we would be able to look at this as just a finishing structure, a big A, B, and C structure here, regular flat correction, if that is the case, if that is what goes on there. A bit of speculation because it's far too soon to know if that is the case, but a retracement to the upside was something that I would expect to happen here regardless. So let's jump over into smart money concepts. What is smart money concepts telling us? And it does tell us that we're actually in a bullish structure on our hourly chart at the moment. Okay, we have that right there, that change of characterization. That is bullish. Now, we did move down already and we did move up, so this could be a turning point for that. Normally, when you see a change of character like this, you have a move down, which we kind of saw down here, and then we come up here and we kind of break the structure. We continue this trend upwards, right? That would be kind of what you'd be looking for. We're not seeing that here. Instead, we're looking at a pretty deep reversal, and it looks like we're coming down to equilibrium. Now, as you can kind of see with these wicks right here, this also happens to fall inside this internal order block. So there's lots of buying pressure right here. That's why we say there's going to be a bounce upwards, highly likely. We can see that within the Elliott wave theory side of things with our little box right here. And we can kind of see something very similar just coming up into this selling order block right here as well. And we'll be bouncing potentially from equilibrium, which would come in at about 2.261 through to about 2.274, as you can kind of see here. So ultimately that looks pretty good, but my expectations will be that we'll end up coming down a little bit deeper, potentially towards 2.1, which will be that fair value gap, and potentially even lower as we think about going in and maybe touching that lower area of the parallel channel that we had drawn out over here, right down that lower side down here, possibly. But looking at it, it looks okay. We've got a strong low at the moment. We've got a weak high indicating that we can still see this bullish movement upwards. But if we are to lose and come down deeper than equilibrium, I think that's going to become a strong high, specifically if we test it and get rejected again, and we're going to have a weaker low as we only have tested this once. I think there's a high probability that that does slip down a little bit. But these are all micro movements. We don't want to forget that. If we zoom out of our hourly chart and we kind of reflect on things, it does look like we have to have a little bit of a move upwards before we can continue this move to the downward side. I am still expecting deeper retracements, but I don't think they can really happen until we've kind of hit these higher macro levels as well. So kind of be prepared. The market goes in every direction you could possibly think of except for backwards, right? So essentially here, what I'm saying is it's highly likely that we go up on this micro scale, only to fall down again at a micro scale. But actually the bigger macro piece here is that there's actually a push up higher on the price charts, and then we have to come down deeper into the price retraces into one personal opinion is like 1.5 cent and then around there. Now, if we come over into our other charts here, and actually, before we talk about the resistance and support levels, it's probably worth noting that from this data that we've kind of been through, there's lots of trading opportunities, right? We could be looking at all of these micro movements and really kind of trading in and out of Vechain quite a bit, and being really active in trading VET. And you can kind of see this. We could probably push up a little bit, come down, and go long, go short, and then go long. And again, you have some interesting levels to use as stop losses as well. Now, if you are an active trader and you are looking at actively trading things like Vechain or Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, then why not check out BitGet, linked in the description down below. BitGet is my go-to platform right now for all my spot trading. So I used to use Binance, I used to use Coinbase. However, I've kind of flipped quite heavily now, and I'm actually using BitGet for all my spot to build my hodl positions, and I'm also using BitGet for all my leverage trades as well, going short and going long on the market. Linked in the description below. If you use that link, you're going to be able to take part of some fantastic offers that BitGet do have. They're currently running cashback offers where you deposit $50 USDT and you can get $10 USDT as cashback. The deposit and volume trading bonuses all the way up to $8,000. They do lucky draws randomly as well. There's a lot of really cool things that go on with BitGet. If you haven't already checked it out, check it out, linked in the description below. We also use BitGet as our area for gathering all the data for our trading competition that we do weekly in our Discord server. This is something that we do, and we're just using BitGet to kind of gather all the data. And what happens here with this particular competition is that the one person who has the best ROI percentage gains in the 1 week period. And you can see a countdown here, will win the $100. Now, essentially here, as this competition grows, it happens every single week. What we're going to do is we're going to increase that prize pool. It starts at 100, then it'll go to 1,000, then it'll go to 10,000, and so forth. And it's at the moment just the person who wins comes first, but we might expand that out to the top 5, the top 10, and so forth. So if you're looking for a new platform to trade on, why not check out 𝗕𝗃𝗃, linked in the description below. Sign up to our weekly competitions and you might actually win just by doing your active trading like you would normally be doing. Let's jump on over into the resistances and support levels for Vechain. This is something that we marked up previously. We're on the daily chart here. Now, what we can do is we can see the resistances that I marked up in red, and we did push through a lot of these, and we're finding that these are now turning into both support and resistance in the way down. You can see that the most recent resistance line is 2.430, and you can see the most recent support is 2.154. And if we lose this area, which is, in my opinion, something that we might see just briefly, then we'll be looking to push upwards. Like I said previously, we can see here that we do have our our lower highs and our lower lows, and these do have that tendency to break upwards. So I am still expecting that push upwards, but do expect us to kind of test those lows, I think, one more time as well. Ultimately, on the macro scale, we are still looking to come down a little bit deeper. 1.2 to 1.4 seems pretty good. 1.5 is where I'm personally targeting, and you can see that being a double bottom kind of scenario. So everything on Vechain here is looking pretty positive. I'm kind of hopeful that we do see some pretty decent levels, but in terms of price, I think there's going to be some fantastic accumulations to be had here for Vechain. So yeah, I think we can ride this up a little bit longer, but I think ultimately we got to be correcting to the downside. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'll leave this one right there. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't joined us in Discord, check it out. And don't forget to sign up to 𝗕𝗃𝗃 if you're a trader. Why not? What have you got to lose? Check it out, linked in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.